Hello once again everybody and welcome to Liberty Plays Shadowbane. Today we'll be going over a server wipe startup character that I think would be very beneficial to all who make them. One of the first things you want to do as fast as possible once the server gets up is to get a guild seed, a guild tree seed, and get it planted so that you can put your city where as close to where you want it as soon as you can before all the spots in the area that you want get taken up. To do this, I suggest that you make a Nephilim and a rogue. Make it a rogue. Now, this is not going to be, when this guy hits 10, I will promote him to a scout, but he will not be a traditional scout. He will not use a bow. He is going to be a loot bot with bargaining. Now, bargaining is very important because it helps bring down the price of everything. Since you take bargaining at the beginning, you will have bargaining from level 1, which gives you 19% bargaining off of the top without you even doing anything. So to make this character, of course, make him Nephilim, then the class is Rogue. Take 5 out of everything. Take Blacksmith's Apprentice, and then we're going to take Hero Strength. And last but not least, we're going to take Shopkeeper's Apprentice. Now, Shopkeeper's Apprentice, of course, gives any character that's able to take this the bargaining skill. And you want to take the other two to increase the amount that he can carry in his backpack. Name this person whatever you want to, make him up. Now, I would suggest when, at the moment, I am playing on Magic Bane with some friends I've been playing with for over 7 years, and unfortunately, the server population is not that healthy. It's kind of low. We've only really got one nation that we're fighting against, and not them very often. Um, And I've got a feeling that once Magic Bane does its next, not Magic Bane, excuse me, once Reforged does its next wipe and makes a new world, the population on Magic Bane will drop even further, as a lot of the people I know that play over on Magic Bane have already said that they will be going back to Reforged. So this character will work on either. Now, I have not installed Reforged yet and made this character and seen what the difference, if there's any difference. Uh, Reforged has done some tweaks to the classes. I doubt that they've done really anything to bargaining. All right, so this character, uh, when you play him, if you're playing on Reforged is going to have it set up so that the first character you log in is your main character. Any character you log in after that will have a debuff on them, kind of like a Death Shroud, that will not allow you to use powers. I believe it's going to completely take your ATR and your defense. You may or may not, I'm not sure, be able to use travel stance, and I think that's about all you're going to be able to do. Of course, except summons, not be able. I don't think you'll be able to summon, and I think that's about all you're going to be able to do is travel stance. This will still allow you to carry your characters around and level them up because some characters are harder to level than others, like priests. Priests are pain in the butt to level up. It's usually a lot easier to take them with someone else. But anyway, so I would make the scout the your main character when you start. That way you can sneak and hide once you get off of Newbie Island, run around. You want to make this guy your main on Newbie Island because you're going to want to be able to do all the looting with this guy because even with 19% bargaining, you will still be able to sell to the NPC vendors for more than any other character will be able to. As you level up, once you get to like 10 and run off Newbie Island to go promote up to Scout, run over to the Thief Trainer, train up your bargaining on this character. That's really the only thing you want to train. Maybe your sneak. That way you can get your sneak up a little bit higher. You can sneak a little faster. But I would save that money. You can get up, depending on who you're with and how long they're willing to stay and how many folks are on Newbie Island. There are spots on Newbie Island that you can get to 30, 35 on it, but I doubt you stay there that long. Usually a lot of folks on server start, once they get around 20, 25, they will go off of the Nubia to the mainland and try and find a spot that they can level up without running into anybody. Now, that brings me to the point of reason I made this a scout instead of a thief is because you automatically get track and you do not have to go out and kill a discipline dropper to get track on your character. Now, of course, um, the other startup character that you're going to want to make in the beginning is going to be a Centaur Huntress, because those are one of the characters that if you do it right, you can get your spear over 100% at server start by about level 20, 25. And that way you'll be able to use 100% weapon on that person, and you'll be able to farm and fight a little better than anything else at the beginning. I believe Scout is another one that you can get to 100% on bows and light armor in the beginning if you do it right. But if you do Scout, you'll have your own personal tracking. You don't have to depend on other folks in your group to track. Trust me, I've done it before, and it's been costly. And anyway, you watch track. You teleport away. As soon as somebody comes on track, you have all the loot. You're going to be doing all the selling anyway. That way, you'll be getting more money. And the faster you get money, the sooner you'll get your tree. Now, as you can see, I leveled this character up to level 30 right here, level 30. I have trained up I trained his bargaining here in car as high as I could. It was 69% as far as I could go. Went to the NPC city out on big ice. Was able to go to the thief trader there, which is R4 instead of R3 like here in car. Traded up to 79%, which brought it up a little bit higher. And then I did my int dump. Now, because this is a startup guy that I want to have high bargaining in to be able to get a guild seed as low as I can, I went ahead and put 20 points of int into this guy. His strength is going to be, uh, if I was to level him all the way up, his strength would be 170. As you see, his max is 160. I'll put a 10 strength on him, and that will give me about 510 carry weight. So I could use this guy for a while. Bump up his running as high as I can get it so he can move around really quick, and his athletics. Um, but for right now, the bargaining part is the part that you're most mainly worried about. So you get it up there. As you can see, my bargaining is 96% at 120 trains. I mean 120 intelligence, and I can get the guild seed for 1.56 million, which is a lot better than the 3 million that it would be if you did not have bargaining. And the contracts, I mean the charters are just over 100, just right at 104,000 gold apiece. So for basically 1.8 mil, you can get the charter and the tree, get them plopped down, go, ooh, I want to put my tree down, where am I going to put it? There it is, let's go on over there and drop it down. Now, here's another suggestion I would make. This guy right here, he's going to be your main seller, but at the same time, he will be taking up running on him. Take running up as high as possible. And if you have a long ass run to wherever you're going to drop down your tree, I would suggest using him as your guild master to start off with. That way he can get there a lot faster because he can fly over water and get across with more stamina left than swimming would allow you to do. Uh, Plus, with his running, he'll get there a lot faster. And as a scout, at level 30, he has both pathfinding and sprint, which you can use while flying and allows you to go a whole lot faster while you're flying through the air. So use this guy to get there. Now, a lot of y'all are probably thinking to yourselves, why don't I just use a vampire? I get a vampire, do the same thing, put bargaining on him, plus I'll be able to get the Belgosh rune to be able to summon people because everybody wants to be able to summon people. That'd be great. Well, here's the problem with that. First off, you'll get a lot lower strength on your vampire scout. Uh, Matter of fact, here, let me show you. Right now, this is the guy I got made, max strength 160. Let's go ahead and change this to a vampire. You got to remember that vampires have a higher making cost, 10 more points. So you go ahead and you take 10 points out of everything for this fella as well. Now, you take 10 points out. You can't take hero strength on this guy because his strength is only 40. So you could take this, and of course it'll drop his int down. Or you can go ahead and put the 5 points in and take hero strength, which I would suggest you do, but you won't be able to get bargaining. So in the long run, you'd end up having to take blacksmith's apprentice and shopkeeper's apprentice. I need 50 intelligence. There you go. I got 7 points left over. Now, I had 160 on the other guy, got 130, so 30 less strength, so that's 90 less pounds, and max intelligence on this fellow is 115 instead of 120. So you'd still be able to get about 95% bargaining on this guy. But the other main thing that you got to remember is that server startup, one of the most sought after runes, is going to be the Belgosh, along with probably the commander and the bounty hunter. So those, of course, Sky Dancer, for the bird people. But Belgosh is going to be really sought after because everybody's going to want summoning on their scout, and this will keep you having to run around and try and catch that Belgosh. You carry more with this guy in the long run. He has more utility for long-term play. Later on, of course, you could make another loot bot that could probably carry more. I don't see the point in it. 510 carry weight is a pretty good amount, and that's what I would suggest you do. So, Blacksmith's Apprentice, Hero Strength, uh, Shopkeeper's Apprentice, Training Car to max, running the NPC City, which I am not 100% sure whether or not they're going to have on Reforged or not. They may or may not. I'll have to ask. I will probably add a note in the description. So look down in the description to see if I got an answer on that. If there is an NPC city and the trainers there are still going to be a little bit higher, one level higher, one rank higher, then you can get to 79, do your int dump, and you'll be able to get a trade pretty quick. Now, and that's really important at the beginning because not everybody is going to have 10 or 15 or 20 people that's going to be in their nation starting off, and you get a really good tree location. Hopefully, it's not too good of a location that ends up getting your tree baned, right off the start. But that's a whole different subject. I hope you've enjoyed this little bit of tutorial. I hope you learned something. I hope it helps out. If you did, if you liked it, if it helped you, give me a good comment, give me a like. Please subscribe. Click that bell for notifications so you know when new videos are uploaded. And I'll see you next time. This is Fliberty. Have a good day.